My name is Colleen and this is my kitchen. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. After trying every diet in the book without any success, I came to the realization that diets don't work. I started my journey at a size 26W weighing just over 300 pounds. In almost a year and a half, I've lost over 120 pounds and I am a size 14. No W. What's my secret? Eating healthy and moving more. Now I'm here to show you how you can cook healthy food without compromising on taste and lose weight just like I have. Because if I can do it, you can too.
Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Even when you're trying to eat healthy, you still like to have a quick meal, and so that's what I have today. I had to do a whole bunch of errand running. I'm pretty tired. I don't want to spend a lot of time making dinner tonight. So I just picked up a rotisserie chicken from my supermarket, and I'm going to just wrap this up in foil and reheat it in my oven for about 15 minutes while I make a nice side to go with it. One of the things about getting something like a rotisserie chicken at the supermarket is that a lot of the salads that they sell in the deli are very fattening. And so I want to make a nice hearty harvest salad to go with it, and it's going to take me about 15 minutes roughly to get that together, which is perfect because that's about the time I want to heat up my chicken for. And so I'm going to be making a salad with some roasted butternut squash and parsnip served warm right over the top of it. So the first thing I want to do is take about a 1-pound butternut squash. I really only need half of it, and I want to peel it and cube it up. Now, in the produce section of your grocery store, you can find butternut squash in a bag that's already been peeled and cubed for you. It's a little more expensive than just buying a butternut squash and doing it yourself, and frankly, I find it very easy to peel and cube up myself. I get more for the money and it's cheaper. And I'm going to use half of this tonight, so I'll just save the rest for a meal on another night. Peeling this is very, very easy. All you want to do is cut off the top and the bottom to make yourself a flat surface, and then you just run your knife down the side like this. This one is a little tough, so it must be not quite as young as I had thought it was. And just run the knife down until all that peel is off. Once you get that skin off, then what you want to do is just slice that right down the length to try to make 2 even halves. Like that. Like I said, I'm only going to use half, so I'm going to set half aside here. And this has just a little bit of pulp in the end, so you just take a spoon and scrape that out, just like that. Just like a pumpkin, for those of you who have ever carved pumpkins. Okay, and then once I have the seeds picked out, I'm just going to dice this up into cubes. I want them in about, I'd say about 3/4 inch cubes roughly. To the butternut squash, we're going to add 1 parsnip, and if you've never tried a parsnip before, you really should. They're really great root vegetables. They look kind of like a giant white carrot. You want to try to find one that is a little evenly tapered. Some are really fat on the end and then have very skinny tails sort of coming off of them. And they have a really sweet flavor when roasted, and so they just go perfectly in the salad. And what I want to do first is take this peel off. It's just like peeling a carrot, so you can see it's very white on the inside there, just like that. Once I have that peeled, go ahead and cut the top and bottom off there and cut it into some manageable sections, because then what I want to do is cut it right across the width like that, and then just cut it into wedges. Just like that. Okay, and now I have some fresh sage leaves, and I'm going to chop these up. I want about a tablespoon once these are chopped. I'm going to put that sage right on top of there, on top of my butternut squash and my parsnip. Now I'm just going to take a tablespoon of olive oil. I know a lot of recipes call for more oil for roasting your vegetables in, but it just adds more fat, and I find that a tablespoon is usually just enough to roast them up really nicely. Let's give that a good toss. And by the way, I have my oven preheating here to 450 degrees. I've laid this out on a cooking sheet, which I've coated with nonstick cooking spray, and now I'm just going to take a little bit of coarse sea salt and sprinkle that right over the top there. And now we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven and bake it for 15 minutes. Turn off the oven, and then while that cools, let's whip up the rest of our salad, and let's do the salad dressing first. And so for that, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And I don't like a lot of dressing on the salad, on this particular salad myself, simply because there's still some juices that are going to be coming off the squash when you add that in. And then to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And I love the balsamic vinegar because it has kind of this sweet quality to it. So you would think that using 2 tablespoons of vinegar and 1 tablespoon of olive oil would be a little too tart, but actually it's not. It's really, really good. And then we're just going to add just a dash of some sea salt and a dash of some freshly ground pepper. So then we're going to actually put the parsnips and the butternut squash on here nice and warm. We're not going to let it cool down. We're just going to put it on there warm. And we just lay that right over the top of that kale. And what that's going to do by putting it on there warm is it's going to wilt the kale just a little bit, which is okay because kale is really kind of thick and kind of a hearty green. And so this will soften it up just a little bit. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, so then we have 2 tablespoons of crushed or chopped hazelnuts here. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. And then I have 1 ounce of gorgonzola cheese that I'm also going to crumble over the top. And I love the gorgonzola with the squash and the sage because it just has this great kind of earthy flavor, and then with the nuts, it all blends really, really well. This is a great, as I call it, harvest salad. Okay, so then once we've got that sprinkled over the top, we're going to whisk up our dressing here. Make sure that that oil and vinegar combine really well. And just drizzle that right over the top of our salad. So now what I'll do is I have my chicken that has warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and carve into it, serve this up. Just have a piece of chicken with a helping of salad. The salad does serve 4 people as a side. If you wanted to serve this as a main course without the chicken, you could certainly do that and have it serve 2 people. So this is a hearty harvest salad. I'm going to go sit down and enjoy it. I hope that you'll give this a try. and I'll see you next time in my kitchen.